welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a great day today. So I thought for today's video I would do kind of a cool Q&A video. So I posted on the YouTube community page that I have. If you guys don't already check that out, I post a lot there in terms of behind the scenes content. It pretty much replaced my Twitter. So if you guys want to check out behind the scenes stuff, see any posts that I make there, information on new videos, new mods, anything like that, go check that out. Also go check out the Roast Tire subreddit, which I'll put on the screen for you guys. We've got only 4 members there, so if you guys have Reddit, go check it out. It's a really easy to sign up for, and it's it's pretty well vetted out of all of the social media sites I've used. I really don't see anything of especially if you're like me and you don't like politics or anything, you won't see that there unless you look for it. But I posted on the community page as well as Instagram. So part of this video is going to be in this format where I'm sitting here at my desk. The other half of it's going to be a screen recording over Instagram, which means obviously it'll be vertical format, which I apologize for because vertical format always looks like garbage. So yeah, let's get started with the first question. The only one to come off the YouTube side of things, which was asked by Action Track, which was, do you think you'll ever get another sport track? Now I'm going to answer this in 2 ways because I don't know exactly what kind of tense he was really asking it in. If I was going to get one as a secondary vehicle to go with mine, that'd be no. Because I really don't like the idea of having 2 of the same vehicle, especially trucks, because it's like, why have 2 separate trucks at the same time? It's like, unless you have a diesel, like you're using for towing, and a gasser you're using for daily driving or anything like that, I don't see the purpose in owning 2 of the same vehicles, especially when it comes to trucks. But if I were to say sell mine and then buy a sports car, buy I don't know, like a 135i or an S2000, something of that nature, then I would consider one as a daily. I'd probably look more into diesels though, because I'd like to have something that'd be a bit more tow friendly. I would like to have something that could tow a little bit better. And sure, the 4.6 truck probably could do pretty well. So I don't know, it really depends on circumstances, because the 4.6 truck would be really good at towing, would sound pretty alright. I've always said the 3 valves are one of the best sounding Ford V8s, but those are quite expensive as well, but so are diesels really. So I don't know, it really just depends on the circumstances, but I mean, it's not completely out of the question as a daily down the road. I will probably never build another one. Mine will be the only one that I ever build, because in all reality, I mean, how much money I've spent for how little horsepower I've probably gotten out of it, I really don't think it's a great build platform per se. At least the Gen 1 at least. The Gen 2 4.6s again are different animal compared to the 4.0 models, but yeah. So it depends on the circumstances. I think if the circumstances right now was just needing a daily, I would consider another one down the line as a daily, or to be for just a daily. If I had a sports car already, but I would not buy a second one to go with my 03 that I have now. So that's the only YouTube question that I have. So we're going to switch over to the iPhone and do some screen recording. So I apologize for the quality, because I know it's going to go to vertical and it's not going to look necessarily the greatest, but I'm going to make things work. So yeah, let's switch on over to the iPhone. Alright guys, so we're over on the Instagram side of things. So we're going to get started. We've got about 4 questions I'm going to go through. Mainly because I don't want to keep the video kind of short. I don't want to make it long. So I'm going to pick through a couple here. So first off, we've got Zach Johnston 27, who asks, would you ever consider an off-road build? And I'm not really into the off-road scene. I respect the people that do it because it is very brutal on vehicles, much like any sort of form of motorsport is, if you consider off-roading a motorsport. But I personally am not into off-roading myself, so I'd have to pass on that. I would probably never consider doing an off-road build. If you were talking to 15-year-old me who was trying to fit in with groups of people, and only the rednecks would really give them the time of day and would actually hang out with them after school when they were 15, then yeah, I mean, that would be different. But I would have when I was 15 just to fit in. But now, as it sits, no. I've never really been into off-roading, but I would have done it to fit in for sure when I was younger. But I thought about maybe one day I would, but I really don't plan on it anytime soon. I mean, who knows, maybe time will change me. But at the moment, I would not consider an off-road build because it's just not really what I'm into. So, Hayden asked me this. He already knows the answer to this, but I guess he just wanted me to say it anyway. Top 5 favorite Japanese cars. So number one is very easy, which is the Mark IV Supra. Everyone knows how much I love that car, and it's always been my dream car. You know, my dream car isn't a Ford right now, really, or even mostly American in general. And the only car that really competes right now is the ZL11LE, which is like the only car from the domestic side of things that I'm really like drooling over right now. I don't know, I just like the new Camaro. I think it's a great looking car. But like out of the Japanese side, the Supra has always dominated, and it's still my number one, even though the ZL11LE is really putting pressure on it. So the Mark IV is definitely my number one car. My number two car is the NSX and S2000. I'm going to put them as a tie here because they're both fantastic cars. And I'm not saying the S2000 is number two just because Hayden sent me this question, but I really do enjoy S2000s. When I was younger, I kind of viewed them as like the bigger and better Miata, but they really are more than that. After experiencing them, driving Hayden's around briefly, I never even really got to really beat on Hayden's car. Michael's beaten on that car more than I have. And of course, Hayden's beat on it the most because it's his. But the little bit of driving I've done in it has really impressed me with the car. So I would say it's definitely like number two, but right behind the Supra. And the NSX is just the NSX. I mean, it's just a great car. I'm talking about the original. The new one's great. I like the new one. I used to hate it for the longest time, but I really like it now. But I would not put it in the top 5 by any means. The original NSX is where my heart is at when it comes to the NSX in general. Because, you know, 3 pedals, rear-wheel drive, pretty high revving V6. I mean, it's not a bad combo for a car. Number 3 is definitely the Evo 6. It's probably my favorite generation of the Evo. I really love the Evo 6. It's a great car. It's lightweight. It's quick. Adam LZ has, I think, either an Evo 5 or an Evo 6. I think he has both, actually. And they're fantastic cars, and I would love to have one myself. And lots of people are doing the conversions with the Mirage. They're buying the Mirage sedan and putting all the Evo parts on them because it's the same car technically outside of all the drivetrain stuff. And I've debated doing that myself, buying a project like that, getting a Mirage and doing the setup myself on that, but doing pretty much everything short of making it all-wheel drive. So putting a 4G in it with a turbo, keeping it front-wheel drive, of course, with a manual, and doing the full Evo 6 body and everything just to make it look like an Evo. Probably wouldn't put the stickers and badges and stuff on it, but I would at least put the body kit on it. And I mean, it'd be fun. I'd have a lot of fun with it. But I don't really know how that would go received on YouTube. I feel like people would hate me for it. They're like, oh, you just wish you had an Evo. But Evo 6s aren't even legal in import yet. So number 4, I'm probably going to go, this is a hard decision for me because the GC8 is there, which is my favorite Subaru besides the Bug-Eye. I think I prefer the GC8 over the Bug-Eye, but the Bug-Eye is like right there with it. I'm trying to do one representative per manufacturer as well, which is really making it tricky for me because there's not really a lot of Japanese manufacturers to pick from, and one of which I'm not really a fan of any of the cars they sell. But I'm going to go with the GC8 WRX STI. More specifically the 22B. I love that car. I love the color. I love the fact it's an STI coupe, which I don't really think was actually a thing overseas even, that there was like an STI coupe. I know especially here, we only got this in and the hatch and wagon, all that good stuff. But to my understanding, the 22B is the only one that was available in a coupe that was technically an STI. As far as number 5 goes, that's really, again, a hard one for me because there's not really a lot of Japanese manufacturers to pick from. But I think I'm going to go with the FDRX7. The FDRX7 is a fantastic car. It's like the best rotary car there is. Obviously, the RX-8 is one of my favorite cars out there, despite the fact it's really unreliable. But I would say the FD is better because it's the best form of the rotary and it has the most, staying power, the most legendary status, all that stuff. So that'd probably be my 5: the Mark IV Supra, the S2000 NSX Tie, the Evo 6, the GC8, and the what was the last one I said? I'm trying to remember it all of a sudden. I forgot it. the FDRX7. So that's my top 5. So the next one is from the Lizard, which is spelt out with dots and stuff. Is there any engine mods I can do to my 07 Sport Track? And that's a hard one. If you've got a 4.0, you can do like intake, tune, headers, exhaust, all that stuff. And they do sell superchargers for them. Like Modbox sells a kit, of course, which a lot of people run nowadays on the 4.0.
I don't plan on running it myself due to the fact that it would cost me so much money to get such a low amount of horsepower gain out of it. I mean, the most I could get would be like 330 crank, which would be like 260 wheel, which is not necessarily the greatest. But if you're talking 4.6, I mean, you've got, since it's the same engines in the Mustang and a Gen 2, so especially since you have an 07, that's why I'm saying both. The 4.6 is you can put cams, you can do intake, you can do headers, you can do superchargers. Like Roush sells a 2300, a 2.3 liter kit for the 3 valve, and I think Whipple sells stuff for the 3 valve as well. So it's a much better build if you're going to do a sport track for power. Do the 3 valve. Do not do the 4.0. And this is coming from someone who's done a full bolt-on 4.0. Definitely, if you're going to build one and you want big power, go with a 3 valve. And the last one I'm going to answer today, since I've already been talking for so long, is ZZZ Juan Carlos ZZZ. And that he asks, do I want subs in the future? Yeah, I want subscribers. I mean, I would love to hit 1 million subscribers, but I know that's not what he's asking about. Subwoofers. So I've always been I was a bit of a bass head when I was younger, around, again, the 15 to 16-year-old range. Nowadays I like bass, but don't like it overdone. Hayden can tell you firsthand, a little bit of that bass head is still in me, because I have the bass maxed out on my radio right now, my CarPlay radio. So I do love my bass, but I don't like it too much, and I think subs would go to the point where it's overkill for me. But I would probably get them for like refinement and stuff like that. I'd originally plan on racing my truck, so I didn't really ever plan on getting some, but who knows, I might wind up pulling the trigger on it eventually, and eventually redoing the entire audio system. So I might do that eventually. But yeah, that's all I've got here for the Instagram side of things. I'm going to answer tonight because it's 11:59. I still have to edit both these videos, and I got to be up at 8 a.m. So I'm going to go back to the main iPhone camera and close this video out.
Alright guys, so that wraps up today's video. So I kind of want to keep the video short, so I apologize if I didn't get to your question. Like I said, I was just trying to get through everything, keep the video kind of short today because well, that's kind of how it is. I just want to make a shorter video today, so hope you all enjoyed though, answering some of the questions. I know I didn't really try to go, terribly in depth in a lot of them, but yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content coming soon on my truck. I'm in kind of the planning phases of a new mod. I got to talk with Michael more on it. I don't know when it'll be coming. I'd originally planned on buying it next week, but I'm also kind of wanting to save a little bit more, so I might do that. I don't really know, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm pretty much, for a hint, I'm fixing the biggest mistake I've made in terms of all the parts that are on my full bolt-on setup. So I'm finally going to be correcting the biggest mistake I made out of that whole setup. And I'll probably do a video on it eventually talking about it, especially when I order the parts for it. Hopefully it's like part of the unboxing video. I'll do something related to it. But yeah, so stay tuned for that coming soon. Like I said, if you haven't already, go join the Roast Tire subreddit. I put it on screen earlier. I'll put it on screen again now, as long as I remember when I'm going through the video and editing. And also, if you guys like gaming and all that stuff, go check out my second channel, RT2, which is why my computer just flashed. It's because I'm getting ready to start editing for both this video and for a video for that channel. So usually about 30 minutes after these videos go up is when the RT2 videos drop. So go check that out as well. Also, we might possibly be at an event at Atlanta Custom Wraps this weekend. Apparently, Issues of 6 is coming in town, and that's pretty much the reason I'd be there. I don't know if he's going to be at the event, but if I can get confirmation of some sort, I'll probably be there. So if you guys want to meet up with me, go to Atlanta Custom Wraps on the 1st at around 7 p.m. So no guarantee I'll be there. Like I said, I have to get confirmation Issues of 6 will be there, because outside of that, I really want to go. Because I don't want to like risk getting sick or anything from the Rona, and it costs money to get in. I'm a bit of a cheapskate. But for all that said, hope you all enjoyed. I probably won't be a caffeine announcement either. Just saying, probably won't. All that said, hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time on Monday with a brand new video from the car meet that goes on the night you guys are seeing this, so, or when it goes live. So stay tuned for that. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on Monday with a brand new video. Take care, everyone.